This video is sponsored by YETI.
When you're frequent minimalist packers like us, you end up bringing the same stuff on pretty much every trip. Today, we're sharing the 10 items we bring each time we travel.
And we're talking about how they make a trip so much easier.
Tom, we're gonna kick it off with some of your favorites first.
Let's do it.
Starting off with the arcade belt. You've been using this for a long time.
Classic, I love it. I'm wearing it right now, actually, the previous version, because I just have so many of these now and I wear them all the time. They're so great.
And what's the difference between the previous version and this one?
Just the buckle changed a little bit. I think this is a little bit better. Like it's more like an arrow here so you can thread it through your belt loops easier. Didn't even know that was a problem with the other one until they came out with this one.
That's
so
fair.
They're definitely iterating on like a very simple concept and design, which is really cool. There's no metal here. You can just wear it as you're going through the checkpoint. Sometimes someone will ask you to take it off if you're wearing a belt, but like you can overall get through without taking it off, and that just saves a lot of time and hassle, which I really, really like.
Yeah, and this material is really stretchy, which is nice. So it's comfortable to sit on the plane for like long.
So comfortable to sit on the plane. Like some belts are a little bit more stiff and like my weight fluctuates a little, so I got the little like chub, I can feel it like poking in.
If it digs in, it's uncomfortable.
And I think when you're traveling, if you're anything like me, you're just like eating and exploring a lot, so it's like, it's nice to have that stretch and that softness.
So when you're going through TSA, do you usually just like kind of hide it just in case they don't?
Well, I mean, I'm wearing a shirt right now, like you can't really tell.
Yeah, like unless you were to tuck it in. We have a roundup of travel belts on our website. And it really is one of the only travel belts out there with like a good plastic buckle where the belt actually feels quality
For
made.
sure. It's really well done. Definitely gets a lot of love here, and it's just a great belt.
All right, this is a 2-for-1 deal because these two wallets are the ones that you carry pretty much all the time, but especially when you're traveling. You change things between them.
It's like a bit of a system. So this just holds a couple cards, maybe like important like health insurance or any cards I have like that, and then what I primarily spend with while I'm traveling. So that goes into these two slots here in the reform, and then I put cash up here in the front with whatever local currency in the country that I'm at. And then inside of the Allett travel wallet, that's kind of like the backup. Of course, I got my passport in here, just backup travel cards like my priority pass card for lounge access, et cetera, et cetera. And then this actually allows for 2 compartments of just different cash. So maybe I'd have USD in here, and I would have, Japanese yen in here. And then if I'm also going to like Thailand or something, I would have like baht in here. And that I just like rotate the currency like that.
Yeah, and there's no place for change in either of these. I know that there is a reform wallet that has a change slot, but with these two wallets, what makes them your choice? Because we've tested hundreds of wallets, both regular, everyday carry and travel.
I think just the small footprint. I'm always going for like the flattest and smallest, most packable items. So the reform is definitely that. I mean, the size of it is about the size of a credit card, and it's got this very durable Hypalon material, so that's another thing I really like. Been using this for years, it just hasn't stretched out, and it's just been very hard to get me to use a different wallet. I mean, I'll test a lot of the ones that come through here, but like this is definitely still the winner for me, and it's just so simple. And then the same with the Allett. I mean, it's like this thin ripstop material, it's very, very lightweight without being flimsy, and then if you look, it's about the exact same size as a passport. So you're fitting the design to the smallest size of the biggest, standardized item that you fit in here. And I think that's really great for travel. I'm always looking for that in a lot of different aspects. And this is an extended passport, so you're good if you have the extra pages.
Even better.
There you go. Another essential we bring on every trip is a day pack. Where else would we stash all of our must-have gear? And when it's got a wide opening like the YETI Ranchero, packing for the day is easy. The Y-zip opening allows you to open just the top to grab small items like a battery bank, just the front to reach gear at the bottom like an extra layer, or all 3 to unpack everything. An exterior pocket holds a YETI Rambler water bottle to help you stay hydrated in the sun. And there are plenty of internal pockets where you can tuck small items away so they don't get lost. You never know where the day will take you, so we like that YETI's tough skin nylon is durable, water resistant, and easy to clean. It comes in 22-liter and 27-liter sizes. No matter what you choose, the Ranchero's well-padded harness system includes a breathable cushioned back panel, flexible shoulder straps, a sternum strap, and load lifters for support during any adventure. So if you're looking for a great everyday carry bag to protect your travel gear, check out the Ranchero backpack on YETI's website or wherever YETI is sold. Now back to more essentials.
Now this one I find very interesting because you just recently switched over to this, but I really like it.
At first, I thought this was just gonna be too big. But since it's so flat and it's the only charger I need, it actually beats a lot of the setups that we had before, where we would have like an extension cable to like the Mojix Super Bagel to like another charger, and it just ended up being like a lot. This is nice because it's like one brick. It's got a very high amount of power that can push through it. It powers my like fully maxed out 16-inch MacBook Pro, phone, AirPods, you know, etc. So you have 6 ports here, and then there's actually a plug in the back. And I just want to showcase how nicely it fits into the Air Pro kit. It just fits in this back area so well. I mean, it's like perfect for there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. It's very easy. I mean, you can even put in like just a standard like smaller charger here if you just want one like for your phone.
Yeah, and this cord isn't that large either. You would think it would be huge.
No, this isn't that large. I mean, I just throw this on the side, and then I have 3 USB cables on this side, but I love that this detaches too, because there have been other Anker models in the past where this hasn't detached, and it's been a lot harder to pack. So this is like just really, really great, and it ends up being the power hub. Like if I'm traveling with someone else, like we can just bring this and it charges literally everything, which is super nice.
Do you think that the weight of this, because a lot of people have talked about the weight, do you think that it's a fair trade-off? Or do you think it's more? I
mean, it depends on how much tech you have. Like if you have as much as I do and you're traveling with someone else, then like definitely you're gonna need to get that weight anyways, whether this is split into like a couple different chargers or just one. It is very heavy, but in my opinion, it's worth the weight. And this little thing, or medium-sized thing, I guess, compared to other stuff we pack, it powers everything.
It fits so nicely in there. It's it's really shocking because when you have it in your hands, you're like, where is this even gonna go? Yeah. And then you actually get it into a pouch and you're like, oh.
Perfectly fits in there, yeah. It's because it's flat and there's nothing, there's no cable to manage outside of it. Like on other bigger laptop chargers, or, you'd wrap the cable around, but in this case, you just take it off and put it separate and it fits right in very nicely.
Plops right in, I like to see it.
Bam.
This one is a sneaky little guy. I think it's so subtle and so useful.
Yeah, made of carbon fiber.
Super
carbon light.
Fiber. Yep.
This is gonna make up for that last item being heavy.
Yes.
I mean, really, it is like, I don't know how to explain it, like almost floats. It's super, can you see it being like affected by the air when it's coming down? I don't know.
I like this because I think one of the things, and obviously I carry a brush more than I carry a comb.
Yeah.
But with combs, like the teeth, I'm always so nervous about the teeth. And this one, I mean, you've been using this for what, 4 years now?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, something like that. Like, it's so lightweight, but it's so sturdy and so strong. And it does a really solid job at actually combing your hair.
If you're the type of person that keeps a comb in your pocket like you're on the show Grease and just slicking her back, I mean, this definitely works really well for that too. You barely know it's there. And it's just a nice, like, simple item that I just will probably have forever.
The Loop Experience 2. You recently switched over from the Quiet to the Experience.
So the Quiet is great for things like, if you're on the plane, you want to block everything out, or there's like super loud music playing, like in the case when I was in Colombia and there was like this 24/7 salsa party like below my...
You don't want to attend?
I mean, maybe I should have. I gotta loosen up a little bit,
Yeah.
But yeah, I switched to that too, and it's also great for concerts, so you can actually like, or shows where you can actually hear the music a little bit more with the experiences versus, them just being blocked out. I mean, you definitely have to check. A lot of these offer different decibel levels of blocking, and you want to make sure it's like the right amount for you. But I just like to hear the music without, going plugless. I'm still protecting my ears, but I can still hear everything like pretty clearly.
What do you think about this design with this handle?
I don't know. I mean, it's nice to be able to like grab onto something, but I think it's a little bit of like a branding thing.
Yeah.
Like it's, the brand is Loop and it's also conveniently a loop. I will say that a lot of earplugs are just kind of ugly and these actually look like a little bit better. So
yeah.
It is nice they considered that.
I've used these, a couple of different kinds of them, and it makes it easy to get them in and out and to like readjust the positioning. Because sometimes even when I'm wearing something like the Experience, I still want to have like a little bit more sound creep through, and I'll like just kind of angle them the right way. Because sometimes when you're wearing earplugs, you can hear yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hear myself at a concert, you know what I mean? So I like to pull it out just a little bit, and it makes it easier to adjust, and they fit in there nice.
That's a really good point.
People also will take these loops. I've seen this where they'll hook them through and they can keep them around their necks so they don't fall off, which I really like. I've seen some girls will do it, they'll make earrings, and I like that. If my ears were pierced, I would do it for sure, but they're not, so maybe I'll pierce them just so I can do that, because I think it's very creative. They serve a very specific function, but it's a nice like luxury item when you're traveling a lot and you want to keep your ears protected, I think.
Definitely.
moving it over to mine. So we have my now old Kindle. It is a 2018. And then I have a case on it. But there are very slight differences between this and the newest model. This one is very, very
why haven't you
slightly.
upgraded?
Because for me, until this thing breaks, there's really no point to upgrade. The differences are not big enough to warrant me upgrading. The only thing
Completely
that makes
agree.
me want to upgrade is the fact that this is micro USB.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I always charge it before I go on a trip. And to be fair, it lasts me my entire trip, even if I'm on a 2-week trip and reading every day.
And she reads a lot.
And I read a lot, so even if I'm reading a ton on a trip, it still will last me. However, it is very annoying to go and find my one micro USB cable every single time I need to charge this item, because I think this is my last micro USB thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying. But I like the Kindle Paperwhite because it is easy to read in the sun. Like when I'm sitting out at the beach or something like that, I was sitting out at a pool yesterday, I can very easily read everything that's on the page and adjust that brightness. But what's nice about this is it's compatible with Libby. So if you like to rent books or check out books from your local library, you can do that and it goes straight to your Kindle and you don't have to bring an extra device or something like that. I'm not tied to a Kindle specifically. I know there are a couple other different e-readers that people are starting to explore, and I'm definitely open to that. I might even not get another Kindle next time.
Sure.
So if you have one that you like that's not a Kindle, let us know in the comments, because I'm very interested in them. I've done a little bit of research for myself, and I was like, maybe I'll upgrade to something else. But they're not quite compatible with things like Libby and things like that yet. So
Interesting.
we'll see. But it is really nice to have, because it's so much thinner than a book. And for me, it's a lot easier on a trip if I finish off a book or if I'm at the very end of one. I don't have to worry about running out of pages, essentially. Next up is my gum toothbrush. So I tested this
So popular.
3 or 4 years ago, I
Yeah.
think. And the disadvantage is you can't replace this as of now, so you have
Sure.
to buy a new one every single time. But I only use it, I did that on accident. It's just kind of looking a little wonky.
Yeah. Well, it hits the outside,
It hits
right?
the outside, yeah. So if
that was a
you-
con for me. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Show that.
so it's not amazing looking
Yeah.
over there, but I only use this when I travel and I leave it in my toiletry bag. And it's not, an electric toothbrush or something, which is what I keep at home, but it does the job if you don't overly brush your teeth. So the con for you was the
Yeah, just that. That just bugs me. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
super compact. It's folds well. It's comfortable to brush with. There's a lot of pros to that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising how comfortable it
Yeah.
is to brush with. It feels like a really substantial handle.
Yep.
I've never had any issues with this breaking or anything, and I've messed with it a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And they all stay in really good shape. It can get a little bit gross on the inside. If you don't give this enough time to air dry, it can get mildewy. I have put it in the dishwasher before,
Yeah.
and so that
I do that
cleans
all the
it
time.
pretty well. Yeah, if
Yeah.
I'm in a pinch and I don't have time to do that, then I'll just use my finger, but dishwasher works perfectly
Yeah.
fine too. So I find it really nice because, like you mentioned with the comb, it doesn't take up a ton of room and it's very lightweight.
Yeah.
And when I leave it in my toiletry bag, I know I'm not going to forget it. And that's very nice. This is something I didn't think I would travel with. I actually have this set up on my desk at home, and I find myself reaching for it when I go on
Yeah.
trips. So this will charge your Apple Watch. This will charge your AirPods if they are the wireless.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's a little dusty from sitting on my desk. And then this will charge your phone. And what I like about it is that it all compresses down to this size here. What I do is I will bring this with me and put it in my tech pouch, and then when I get to my destination, I'll set this up, and then I'll have a wireless charger that I'll just bring when I'm out
Yeah.
and about. But I have used this to charge my phone while in transit. Because I did have a battery bank, but it wasn't MagSafe. So
Gotcha.
I ended up just kind of plugging this in and then charging my watch and my AirPods at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So I was just because everything was kind of dying. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, let me just set up my little situation
Yeah,
here. And
yeah,
it
yeah,
actually
yeah.
ended up working really nice.
Very
But
cool.
it is so packable, and I like that this is removable so that, obviously when this is plugged in, it doesn't close. So that's a disadvantage. It's one more thing to keep track of, but at least it's only one thing. Makes it so that I don't have to have another 3-piece charger that I bring only on trips. I can
Right.
keep this on my desk at home and then just unplug it really easily and bring it with me. And
Yeah.
in general, it's worked really well for me, and it's so small that I can stick it in my like bag if I need to, my sling.
Yep.
But usually it just chills in my tech pouch.
And you have a
it's
small
nice setup.
sling.
And I have a very small sling. My sling fits this very well, and it also fits that Kindle very well.
Yeah.
I don't put the toothbrush in there, but I could if I need to.
You could.
Long haul flight. All right, this is a new addition to
Oh.
my loadout.
Oh.
It's called the Noofah. And I've been using it at the gym I keep it in my gym bag, but I've also been taking it on trips. So half of it is a loofah and the other half is like a nice little like washcloth material. And I like it because you get a decent amount of exfoliation from this side here.
Oh yeah.
It does a pretty solid job
Yeah.
because sometimes I know that you use like the toiletries, which is
The silicone scrubber, yeah.
which I like, but sometimes I just want a little more exfoliation, especially when
Definitely.
I go on trips where I'm like camping or doing something like that, and I just feel a little dirty, you know, and I just want a little bit of extra.
Scrape it off a little bit.
Yeah, and
Right.
then this side is really nice because
It's like a washcloth.
It's like a washcloth, yeah.
Microfiber feel, but it's not.
Yeah, it's
Is it?
not. I believe it's polyester and spandex kind of combination here.
Cool.
It dries within like 6 to 8 hours usually, and then, if not earlier, but usually by the time I come back to it, it's been about 6 to 8 hours. So I don't usually use it like the morning I'm leaving, unfortunately. But you know, for showers all of the other days, or even this, I'll use kind of as like I'll use it for like makeup removing and things like that to wash my face at night. The only thing that I don't really love about it is it's 2 pieces of material. So when I'm using this side, it's fine because it balls up really well. But this side here can kind of like, as you're using it, like move around a little bit. So I do wish it was a little bit more secure.
If it was like stitched down or something, so this would be like more locked in together. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. But I have really been liking it because it does get pretty compact. I'll just kind of like roll it up and stuff it
it's
in
like
a
a
little
buff.
pocket.
Super small.
Yeah, basically. So if you want that sort of combination where you want a little exfoliation, but you also want something a little bit softer too, this has been really great for that. I've really been enjoying it, and it's in great shape too. You know, you just kind of put it in the washer and then hang it to dry, and dries in about 6 hours, and you're ready to go.
You're ready
next
to go.
Time.
Yeah. I would totally use this if I wanted, like, if I was okay with that drying time. The toiletries, like silicone scrubber, is great because it dries like immediately.
Yeah.
But I do think you'd miss out on a bit of that like exfoliation that you get probably with this one. Such a fun name, Noofah.
I know, it's
a
very
new
clever.
loofah.
It's very, very clever. Let us know in the comments below what you bring on all of your trips, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you next one.